Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Amobi Okugo, host of Money Talks, a new podcast from a frugal athlete in partnership with Billion or Bust Media. Money Talks explores the world of business behind professional athletes. I speak with financial advisors, business managers, marketing and PR professionals who specialize in running the business of being a pro athlete. Tune into Money Talks on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. You can also find new episodes on billionourbustmedia.com and afrugalathlete.com. Again, billionourbustmedia.com or afrugalathlete.com.
Good day, folks, and welcome to the 2 Cents Podcast, the Buckeye Review Edition, brought to you by your host, Jay Richardson. Really excited this morning to talk a little Buckeye football, not just the review of the Ohio State game against, obviously, the Miami Redhawks last week, which isn't really worth much of a review because it was an absolute obliteration. The Buckeyes put up a basketball score in the 70s. I won't even get into the score or really into much of a reaction from that game other than Ohio State played a team that it just outmatched from start to finish. The Buckeyes actually started off a little bit slow in that game and was down 5-0 at one point in the first quarter because of a safety and a field goal. A couple rookie mistakes made by Fields, but once this offense got going, Fields managed to put up 6 touchdowns in one quarter of football, which is unbelievable. 2 with his feet, 4 in the air with his arm. Everyone lit it up. Olave looked fantastic. The defense looked fantastic. Chase Young looked absolutely dominant. 2 strip sacks caused fumbles. I will continue to say Chase Young is the best football player in college football and will be a top 2 draft pick. Now, you know, you look at the defensive backs, they played hard, played tough, saw a big-time pick by Okudah, who's showing why a lot of analysts think he should be the first cornerback taken. Love to see him make plays out there. He deserves it. The special teams look very good, couple good returns, another block punt, just all around the board domination. We saw this coming. Now, moving forward, the Buckeyes tomorrow night play Nebraska in Lincoln, Nebraska, night game. Second road game of the Big Ten, first night game of the season for the Buckeyes, and the first real test against a pretty good offense. With Adrian Martinez and all the weapons he has, this is their first test of a real, true dual-threat quarterback who's big, strong, and powerful. Ryan Day calls him. And also, you know, someone who can put it through the air with his arm. So the Buckeyes have some things to really look at. You know, Scott Frost in his second year as the head coach there for the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Is he going to be able to kind of, you know, start to make some strides with this team? It's going to be difficult against the Buckeyes. You really want to see great performances by the Ohio State defensive line. Jonathan Cooper, but current defensive lineman and captain for the Buckeyes, who's been out the first 4 games, is going to be able to play. He's going to be available. He's going to play limited snaps. He's going to be a big-time boost. Looking for him to hopefully start and go out there and play well. And he's going to complement Chase Young very well. So the defensive line for the Buckeyes gets a little bit stronger with just, you know, so many just strong athletes up there and guys who can play multiple positions along the defensive front. I love watching what they're doing. You also look at the back end. Defensive backs will be tested. The Nebraska Cornhuskers have a pretty athletic receiving core, have an athletic running back who's kind of a dual threat. I don't know exactly who's going to start because they have a lot of guys that they roll through at running back and at wide receiver. Bottom line is this: the talent gap in the Big Ten is just not fair. It goes Ohio State, and then there's like a huge gap between anyone else after them when it comes to recruiting and talent and 4 and 5 stars. It's just, you guys know what it is. I mean, it's got to be tough for Nebraska to put up a good fight. However, if you're Nebraska, you're banking on the idea that you have home field advantage. It's a night game. This is the Buckeyes' first real night game road test. You know, I don't consider Indiana a real true test. And you really have to get on them early because if you do not, you're going to take your crowd out of the game. If the Buckeyes come out fast, score early and often, that takes the crowd out of the game, and then the home field advantage means nothing. And for the Buckeyes, just keep doing what you're doing. Don't try to get fancy. Ryan Day is doing a masterful job of putting Justin Fields in good situations where he can feel confident in his reads, and he's not trying to run the football. If you really watch Justin Fields, he's looking to throw the ball downfield. When he does run, it's because it's just obvious and it's there and he can take it, especially in the red zone. He's a huge threat to run in the red zone. But the reality of it is Justin Fields is looking to throw that football. He made an amazing 50-plus yard bomb to Ben Victor in that game against the Red Hawks, where Ben Victor just jumped out the back of the end zone, kept 1 foot in, and made this circus catch. And you're like, yes, that's the kind of potential these guys have. They can be a high-powered, lighted-up offense. I wouldn't have predicted that actually coming into the season. I did not know Fields was going to be as good and as confident and as calm as he is, and I like that. Now, can he do it against top-tier talent? Can he do it on the road at night in a big-time football game that will be watched, nationally televised game? That's where you find out what your guys have. I actually do want to see the Buckeyes have to struggle. I do want to see Chris Fields have to come through in some clutch moments with some gotta-have-it kind of plays, some third and shorts, fourth and ones, third and long when you really need it. I want to see how these guys react. Offensive line's been doing a fantastic job. J.K. Dobbins has been looking like J.K. Dobbins again, and we're all excited about that. But when the talent level starts to raise, because now the bar is raising, it's still a huge talent gap, but the bar is raising. This is not going to be a pushover game. Will these guys respond? We will find out tomorrow night. Also, tune in to watch me give you all the updates and all the pregame and postgame reactions on The Football Fever on AB6 here in Columbus, Ohio. And for those of you outside of Columbus listening in, this game is going to be a fun one, and I think the Buckeyes will pull through. 42-14 is my prediction for the game, but we will find out tomorrow night. That has been the 2 Cent Show Buckeye Review Edition. Please like, subscribe, tune in, share it. Cannot wait. It's going to be a lot of fun, guys. Have a good one.